Hey, my name is Yelena and welcome to Confetti Conversations, a new type of series that mixes conversation with confetti to celebrate the beautiful mess of being human. I'm your host and the creator of the Confetti Project, where for the past 10 years, I've been on a mission to bring play back into adulthood through photo shoots, workshops, and now this series. Today's guest is David Nebinski, a podcast host, community builder, event producer, and a friend who's always asked the big questions and creates space for everyone to come alive. In today's episode, we explore the search for identity, the power of ritual, and how David honors his dad through Postcards from Heaven, a creative practice that turns remembrance into connection. David and I bond over both losing our beloved fathers. And so this is for anyone that's lost someone that they love and has wondered how to stay connected to them. Welcome to your new favorite playdate. So wait, okay, let's start, we kind of jumped. Let's start. Hi, nice to meet you, David. Thanks for coming. Yeah. What was like little David like? Like how would you describe
Well, for a little while I was little. I actually really was the little David. I think like freshman year of high school or sophomore year of high school, I was small.
What do you mean by small?
So I'd say like I was like 5'1" and like 140 pounds. And then I shot up like 6 or 7 inches, and then I was like 5'10" and still 140 pounds.
When you think about your earliest memories, like were you like really outgoing? Were you more thoughtful? Were you obsessed with like certain things, you know, like activities?
Quiet, shy, but when I was around my friends, I was like comfortable. But I wouldn't say that like I'm as outgoing as I am now, like for sure. I was always like a little bit, like not as smart or a little bit like weaker. The parents are amazing, and like shout out to them for like what you're born into is like such an incredible, like can have such a big impact in your life. And like I was born into like a really great life and wonderful parents. Yeah, they like there was like a cutoff period, and they were like, oh, we think David should try to be in this like next grade. And I like urban legend is that there was like a test, and I like passed the test, and they were like, oh, he's smart enough to get in. And but then that also meant like less developed physically.
As you were growing up, were there certain things that disconnected you from yourself? Did you ever get messages of like, I'm too much or I'm not enough?
I think I wanted to like excel at things, and I just like wasn't, like I was good at other things, but wasn't like great at things. So lots of sports, I was like good, not great. I wanted to be like great at things, but I couldn't really find what that was. Still looking for that.
So you've had that drive since you were a kid, wanting to be like a master at something, like excelling at something. Yeah. Me too though. One of my premonitions as a kid was that I would do something that no one's ever done. That was something that I like knew. I also knew that I would lose my dad when I was young.
Have we talked about that?
I don't know.
We could talk about that if you want. I was gonna say like that was a big moment for me, losing my dad.
I actually didn't know you lost your dad. Wow.
So,
how old were you?
22.
26.
My birthday. So birthday's been a little...
My dad's birthday's the day before mine.
Wow.
And it's like very loaded.
Still?
Celebrating. It's changed over time. Like it's definitely way more celebratory. And I actually write a card to my dad, like on Father's Day and his birthday, kind of as if, I always think I'm very sentimental. So my kids will find it and they'll like see what my life was like and like the love that I had for him that like transcends beyond like the physical realm, you know? But it's like me like catching him up. And it's like a nice little like ritual. I don't know if you have like rituals like that.
Yeah, the rituals have been mostly related to going to the cemetery, which we can go this direction if you want, but like the cemetery has also led to this thing that my family and I call Postcards from Heaven. And that's connected to my dad. So maybe like 10 years ago, I went to like visit my dad and ended up seeing this, so my dad was like a cigar smoker. He was known as like the cigar guy. He used to throw like cigar smokers is what they're called, but like cigar nights with like friends. And so like one day, it was like, I think it was Christmas Eve one year, I was visiting my dad, and when I was there by myself, and cigar smell was like coming down to me and created this like experience for me where I'm like, whoa, like he's like here, like this is crazy. It was dark because it was like December, and I was like, you know what, like I'm just gonna go over to these people and say hello. And I went over them and I said hello, and I was like, hey, just like wanted to say thank you. Like this was like really, like you really helped this moment and this experience for me. My dad was a cigar smoker, and they go, do you want a cigar? Do you want to hang out? And hung out with them, and then I came home, told like my family, and they were like, this is a postcard from heaven. And I was like, wait, what? And so yeah, like that's like how, and that story like has continued like each year for basically like those 10 years, like that family has either I've seen them at the cemetery or they've like left a cigar on my dad's gravesite. There's really been like a special, profound relationship that's been this kind of like spiritual thing that's been really powerful for me, and that's kind of like the ritual. Yeah, so postcards from heaven, and so like me and my family, we kind of like there's some other things like my dad, like he drove this like Cadillac convertible, like it was a very like flashy convertible, and I got to drive it when I was in high school. Like I got a little bit cooler then. I've seen that similar type of car, which is like so distinct. I'll just like take a photo and I'll be like, and send it to my family, and I'll be like, there's dad, like he's here. Yeah, so postcards from heaven are a pretty like powerful thing.
I feel like that could be the title of like a book or something. No, because I think anyone that's lost someone has those like mysterious, kismet, synchronistic like moments.
Yeah.
You know, I really, especially losing, like my dad was like my best friend.
Same, yeah.
Part of how I honor him is talking about him. Like I love that people know him that have never met him.
Wow.
You know, like they get a sense of who he is.
Because of the stories you've shared about him?
Yeah, and also like everything I do is like inspired by him. Like I didn't get a lot from my mom, and I kind of had only one parent, like for the most part, and he poured like double into my sisters and I. Like he poured everything that he could into us, like love, like all the beautiful things and how to navigate life and all of that. And so we lost a lot when we like lost him, but I think anyone that's lost someone knows like you still have a relationship with them. Like it doesn't end like right there. And so my version of like postcards from heaven are like, you know, I was like camping in Moab. I did like a cross country trip right after he died for 50 days from like Atlantic Ocean to Pacific. And I was camping right outside of Arches National Park. And like he came to me in a dream, and it was like insane. I literally felt, I know this sounds like super like out there, but I felt like I was like communicating with him, and it was like, he created this like protective, we were car camping and we weren't supposed to be camping where we were. And he would have been like yelling at like, why are you, just get a hotel room. But because he was always worried about our safety. But it was like a white light around the car. And I was like with him, and we were kind of above, and he was wearing like all white. And it was like chaos, which it was in our family when he died. And he was like, don't worry about it. Like just live your life. And it felt so real. Like I'd never experienced that since. But it's like those tiny little things. I personally love them. Yeah. Because they give me a lot of like comfort and support. And it seems like you do too.
Yeah, it definitely has been like a powerful like moment, and kind of like reminds you of a lot, or reminds me. And it also like, yeah, he was my rock. Like he was,
yeah,
like,
tell me, what was your dad like?
Oh, he was the best. Like,
What's his name?
Stan.
Stan?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's my middle name too.
Stan Nebinski?
Yeah, it's cool to hear you say his name out loud too. I feel like when I like share his name, I don't hear people say his first name and his last name like that. So that was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell me about him.
Oh, he was the best. Yeah, where to begin? I mean, like, he was an incredible dad. He was like professionally successful. He was loving to my mom. He was loving to like me and my sisters. He was like funny. He was like physically fit. Yeah, like it was something about that I think like if you take care of your body is also like how you can take care of other things too. It just like very like well-rounded, and I feel like I really looked up to him, and he was very like supportive and very encouraging. And
what did he teach you?
The well-roundedness, like not be like so like spiky in one area, care about friends and family and relationships. As I look back on it, like I don't think he really mentioned it at the time, but like I definitely like look up to like these cigar nights, you know, and like the importance of bringing people together. He taught me like ritual, like Sunday dinners, no matter what were happening, and he was cooking steak, like it just was like happening. A lot of other things were like he was very like consistent. He loved to go to church, and like I would hang out with friends, sleep over at friends' place, and then he'd be like, okay, like, sounds good, like, I'm gonna pick you up or like, what time are we going to church? Like, is it 10 or midnight? Like, where are you gonna be? And I'll pick you up and then we'll go to church. And similarly, like, for sports, he would always like wake me up and then be like, I'm cooking you pancakes. He loved pancakes. So yeah, just like very like disciplined. And I feel like that's a really powerful like skill to see, and like and action to see as like a kid, like reliability, like especially these days, like in a world with like so much happening, like the people in our lives that are like consistent and reliable, like I feel like I appreciate and value even more. So those are just some of the things.
I totally didn't think the conversation would go. I can't believe I didn't know this. So, okay, it's just, what? Why are you laughing?
You're like, this is not where we wanted to go. Or
it's just so interesting because now I see what you do on a deeper level, like in terms of like how it's inspired by your dad, and also how cool that your dad connected you to this family, like in the afterlife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's another cool thing.
Yeah.
Like a legacy, you know, if you will. You ready to play with confetti?
Sure, let's do it.
What would you tell to someone that is struggling to find community or hasn't found people that, you know, make them feel fully seen?
Some things that I try to do when I'm feeling like disconnected or so is like, if I think of someone, like reach out to them. Like, I think sometimes there's like waves of friendship and waves of connection. So like sometimes like maybe someone feels like they're like texting me a little bit more. It's like lean into that, like lean into the people that are like showing you more love and attention and stuff like that. And not be as like stressing of like, you know what, I haven't, like, that was a good friend, I haven't heard from them in a while, I wonder what's going on, like, are we still friends? It's like, who are the people that are in my life right now? And if you have like one good friend, like one good friend can like change your life.
It's so crazy that you say that, because my dad would always say, like, if you have one real friend in your life, like it's like gold, like you're really lucky. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it was at a point where I like wanted to be friends with everyone. I wanted everyone to like me. So how many friends do you have? Because I actually feel like you have hundreds.
How do you define friends?
I mean, like you said, there's different layers to it.
Yeah.
There's like your inner circle, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like friends that, you know, maybe aren't as close. Then there's maybe acquaintances, people that you just happen to see a lot. You're in similar circles. I guess my follow-up would be like, how do you keep track of everything? Because like I get overwhelmed. Like I get so overwhelmed. Like if someone texts me and it's like, I have this responsibility, like I have to respond like right now, and sometimes it takes a lot out of me to be social. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking about being more like introverted, but introverted in the sense of like, wait, what? You're introverted?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I guess I was gonna ask you what you identify with.
I'd say like it more identifies like ambivert, but like there's plenty of times where like I was pretty shy growing up. I think these days I feel like more and more comfortable and confident in my communication skills and like how I show up in the world and like the friends that I have in my life and the things that I'm doing that like makes me feel or seem more extroverted. I do really like love my life, and I feel like that like I think that makes me seem more extroverted. But there's plenty of times where I just want to like stay at home and edit a podcast. But I think having a thing as a way to like bring people into your life or just like express outwards so people then can find you. So yeah, have a thing.
Have a thing. You heard it here first. No, but now that I think about it, that's how I started making friends, is like the Confetti Project really was I was like, come into this world, 2 hours, one-on-one. Yeah. This is actually based on that format of like my one-on-ones with people, of the photo shoots back in like the beginning, before I even really knew what it was. And it was like the coolest way to meet people, for sure. And I still feel that way. I mean, case in point, like come experience this thing, right?
That's why I wanted to do this.
So how is like community and shared space like impacted your mental health and well-being?
Positively. For the most part, I've been like a remote community builder. And I remember they're like my events or going to other people's events and like just seeing how like my energy level would like shift from like just being around people and like being like in a great event. And then similarly, like when I'm hosting an event, it's like I gotta like be there. Like I gotta hold space. I've gotta like be present. I've gotta be like on, so to speak. I'm super grateful that like the friends that I have in my life now are like interested in like the stuff that I'm doing. Like they come to my events and stuff, and like that has been such a gift.
What are like 3 ways that you like connect or reconnect to joy?
I think listening to some of the songs that we were listening to earlier, spontaneous walks, hosting events.
If your inner child could say something to you right now, like little David, what would they say?
I think little David would be like, how the hell did you pull this off, man? Like, this doesn't really make sense, but I'm happy for you.
Thank you for being part of this. So there's one more thing. Yeah. We're gonna do the final confetti throw. Ready?
1, 2, 3. I like yours more than...
Because I do that all the time. I do it behind.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Yeah. Yours is great. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and tune into the next episode every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.